July 12th, 2024, weekend market update. Let's start things over here on the right-hand side of the screen on the SPY weekly chart. As you can see, we've got a doji. We didn't really, I guess technically we broke a new high, and it is technically a new low on the weekly candle, but looks like we've just been stuck in a bounce range for the most part. Over here on the left side of the screen, you got your SPY daily chart. You can see we've just been stuck between this 618.50 and 623 to 624. Kind of just building out a bull flag here. So I would be cautious if we do break all-time highs. Um, there's some signs elsewhere of some weakness. So I would just be very cautious catching that higher low above the all-time high, monitoring market internals. If they're lit up like really high, like a Christmas tree, cool, go for it. If they're struggling, be cautious. We could just be swiping a high and popping down. The better trade would definitely be a higher low off of 613.25 or 618.50. If we move down there, get some type of reversal pattern back long, count me in, taking that trade 100%. Next, we will move on over to QQQ. Pull up the weekly on the Qs. All right, get rid of that VWAP. Makes it hard to see. Okay, same thing on the Qs. Difference being a red weekly bar versus a green weekly bar. However, they're one and the same. We're just stuck in a bounce range. Let's pop on over to the daily. Move this out of the way so we can see a little better. And again, the bounce range over here, a little bit clearer, 557 to 552. If we catch lower highs below that, I'd be looking for 546.25. Higher lows above, use caution, and blue sky territory all-time highs. Again, QQQ, if you didn't know it, actually does have its own set of market internals. You don't have to just use the regular ADD. You can actually look up ADDQ and tick, TICKQ for your market internals. There's also a VOLDQ for the volume outflow. Um, that's really it on what I'm looking for down here. If we were to pull back to 546.15 or 540.75, previous all-time high, I would be looking for a reversal pattern to go back long, potentially targeting all-time highs, and what great risk reward that would be, and a great trade. Apple. So Apple, despite having struggled for weeks and months, and maybe longer, um, we're seeing some signs here of a potential breakout. I don't know if I could say we're quite there. We do have this kind of descending triangle here that it did break out of, then created a higher low above. And we do have a new higher low in formation. But if I swing out to the bigger picture here, I'm actually still inside this bounce range from 214 all the way down to 195. So I see it playing out in one of two ways. We kind of range here, anywhere within we range. But if we can break out, catch a higher low above this 216, I would think that Apple would really be showing some signs of strengths. and potential recovery at that point. Um, but let's not get it wrong. Apple's not a mark. It may be top three heavyweight, but not so long ago it was number one. So in recent times, it's gone from number one to number two to number three. Um, I'm not considering Apple a market leader anymore right now. So yeah, that is what it is. Let's move over to a true market leader, NVIDIA. You know, I you see that down there? Entry price 96. I'm really blessed that I did enter on this higher low down here. Like, holy cow, absolutely nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Look how far it's gone. NVIDIA, lockout rally, hard to trade right now. I really would need a pullback. Pullback to this 158.75, 155, previous all-time high. Give me a reversal pattern, inverse head and shoulder, double bottom, look below and fail, something of that nature. All in, targeting back all-time highs. That's really the trade I'd be waiting for to play out on NVIDIA to get involved. Microsoft, another true market leader. Another very hard to trade right now. Stuck in lockout rally status, basically. Um, I could see looking below this 499 level, popping back up, giving a higher low for a trade all the way to 505 if you're interested in that. Um, Otherwise, I could see, pulling back to 480.30, giving us a reversal pattern, and then going back, targeting back towards 500 or all-time highs. One issue with that trade is it would break this kind of somewhat long-term trend line that we've had. So that's something to look out for with that. Semiconductors, which have been leading the rally. See what the weekly looks like. Weekly is actually really strong looking. So rally continues there. And we did get this kind of inverted hammer candle, which gave me some concern, and we are just stuck in this bounce range, which makes sense as to why SPY and QQQ are also kind of stuck in a bounce range. Remember that markets go from range contraction to range expansion. So right now we're seeing range contraction. And eventually we will go back to expansion. So higher lows above all-time high for blue sky territory, or stuck in here, or if we do catch any kind of lower highs, obviously we would then be looking for major indexes to be pulling back. Meta, do kind of have this small mini bull flag here, consolidation area. We really haven't been able to break the previous all-time high over here and gain any ground above that. So with that, there's so many other better names to be trading for right now. And I would, sorry, there's someone outside my window. I'm just looking because they're like right near my motorcycle, whatever. Anyways, uh, I would look to trade better names with some clearer stuff going on. How about that? Tesla. Tesla is so scary. Let's take a look at this weekly chart. All right. we're kind of building this flag or triangle here. But what is the triangle going to do? Well, on weekly chart, we could see that it could potentially be making a higher low and then a lower low. That would be terrible for Tesla. Elon Musk, if it weren't for Elon's big fat mouth, Tesla could be probably at all-time highs again by now. But Elon's big fat mouth is causing issues. I gotta pause my video because I got UPS at the door. One moment. All right, so where were we? Back to Tesla. So it could be creating a lower high, potentially going to a lower low, potentially continuing this weekly downtrend. Or it could consolidate up and it could just break the hell out and go crazy to the upside. Um, I don't know which one it's gonna do. Um, I can make really good arguments for both. I mean, Tesla's got so many big things potentially coming in the future that are absolutely world changing. That's a bull argument. The bear argument, high P&E, low current sales, crazy ass CEO that does a lot of political stuff that's totally against his main customer base or previous customer base. So high risk, high reward, end of story. Google struggling. It's a messy chart. Consolidation. I wouldn't touch it unless we get a higher low above 182. Period. The dollar, the US dollar. It's just falling and falling and falling and falling and running inverse to the market. So will we get a lower high at this downtrend line? If so, perhaps the rally in the market continues. If not, perhaps it slows down. IWM, small caps. Uh, this is an easy trade, guys. This one's like really got clear lines of clear key levels on this guy. If we catch a higher low above 223.15, look for it to go to 225.75. Lower high, back that into 217.57. Otherwise, we consolidate. Clear levels, easy to trade. Recommend it. Let's look at the S&P sectors. Tech sector, rocking and rolling. We all know it. Just killing it. Financial sector, rocking and rolling, killing it. Services sector, rocking and rolling, killing it. Industrial, rocking and rolling, killing it. Oh man, there seems to be a theme. Consumer discretionary. If we can catch a higher low above this 221.43, rocking and rolling. If we get stuck, then maybe not. Healthcare, still struggling. We had this head and shoulders pattern where it looks like we could potentially be headed back up to that neckline. Will we catch another lower high right there? If so, healthcare's in the gutter. I think I already went over this one. Communication? No, I didn't. Rocking and rolling. If we can catch higher low above this previous all-time high, sweet. Industrial, rocking and rolling. Consumer staples, ranging as it does. Just in that range. And energy is moving up. That's inflationary. That's not the best thing. So hopefully we catch a lower high and go back down. We like low energy. Amazon, stuck in this range here. If we can catch a higher low above 223, then I would be looking for 228 and possibly higher with continuation. Um, Amazon isn't hauling butt with everyone else. Why? Tariffs, obviously. Take a look at MU. Like, just wow, dude. What a tear this thing is on. What a tear. Currently got a real clear bull flag here. Super clear. Higher lows above, what is this? 125.50 for 130. Higher lows above that for 134. Uh, beautiful. Beautiful. I would be trading that. Nike's kind of showing me some interest here. After the major crash in Nike, we had a major gap up. If we can hold this gap up, I mean, we may be rocking and rolling. I would catch a higher low off any one of these levels and see what we can get. I can imagine that volume's kind of low on the options market for this one, so it might be something you would want to trade with shares. Um, unless you have a solid plan with the options because the spread is probably massive. JP Morgan. Looks like we are in the process of creating a higher low off the previous all-time high. So if we can knock above this 286.86 level, perhaps we get back to all-time highs. Just went through a lot of charts really fast. I don't know that I have any other charts ready. I do not. As always, like, subscribe, comment any charts you would like me to take a look at. Practice strong risk management. Practice not taking trades that are not A plus perfect setups. Everybody wants an A plus trade, but nobody wants to wait for it. Wonder if that's why people struggle. Anyways, follow me on Facebook, Dow Trader, for a morning daily trade plan almost every morning. Some mornings I am running behind or tired and I don't, but most mornings I post a perfectly logical, great trade plan and share it for free. All right, see ya.